Hello, hello! Welcome, welcome! Ah, here's to the start of a new game! Hello, Nonya! Congratulations on the number one. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water because I'm anticipating a lot of reading. I've played the regular Ace Attorney trilogy before, as well as the ones on the DS, and I recall there being a lot of dialogue and like only minimal like voice acting slash sound effects. So this will really be more of a storytelling, story-based stream today, which will be fun. A start of something new, right? Because I haven't streamed The Great Ace Attorney quite yet. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Also, since it is a new game, I'll be streaming for the first time. Let me know how the volume is, if it's too loud or quiet, because I was fiddling around with the settings and I noticed that there was no slider. So I'll have to like manually adjust it in OBS, which not a problem, but just a FYI kind of thing. Um, we'll give it like another minute. Hope everyone's Monday's been going well. I actually got some of the samples for my merch, so yeah, we're good to go. On the 27th, my merch shop will drop for my birthday week. So, yay! Or I say birthday week, but it's literally just the day before my birthday, but it will be huge! Yes, 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 huge! No, I was I was like telling my sister how I was ordering it, and she was like, "Oh, so you're ordering multiple so you can give me one." And I was like, "No, it's so I can keep one on my desk and keep one at work." And then she was like, "Really? You're not gonna give one to me?" And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she'll just have to buy it for herself on my shop. Yippee! So there's that. That aside, I don't know how much of the Ace Attorney series you guys know. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is like the first time I'm trying this particular series out on stream. So we'll see. Because I already kind of have a gauge of your guys' interests in terms of the certain games I've played. But yeah, I know you guys say like the type of game I play doesn't matter as long as I'm the one streaming it and I'm having fun, blah blah blah. But obviously, I still want it to be something of interest of like to you guys. So yeah, let's see how this game goes. Let's switch screens now. Yippee! So, welcome to the Great Ace Attorney. So, usually the Ace Attorney games have 5, I believe, episodes. But for this one, it's the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So I believe that this was a really— Ow, Nonya! I'm trying to explain! I believe this was a release that combined the previous Japanese titles. So it combined 2 of the games. So instead of the normal 5 episodes, there's actually 10. So this will be a long series depending on how long it takes for each case. So let's get right into it. I have not seen any spoilers, any gameplay. I have no idea what to expect. I do know a little bit of history of the difference between this game and the other Ace Attorney games. And I believe this one is set to be in a time period before modern day, I guess, law. At least what the Ace Attorney series is usually through. So there's going to be some restrictions, right? We're not going to have like accurate DNA testing, kind of things like that. Sorry, I thought I'd give an example of what you would be defend. Oh, that's like what I had to physically defend, not like in terms of law or the legality of things. Asha, please. Alrighty, so let's start. New game. Cutscene. Uh-oh, spaghetti. Alrighty. So first things first, we saw a little cutscene. There was a young man who had a gun and someone who died because his arm went flop. And then, oh wait, you don't hear anything yet. Ah, Nonya, stop! The moment you said, Sora, I was like, I forgot. Ah! Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, sorry, you guys. Un momento. Nothing happened. Alright. Okay. So I feel kind of bad. So I'm sorry. Oh, wait, go to the options. Guys, we're gonna start over. I want you guys to hear the narrative. And oh, hello Hana. Hello Raid. This is perfect, you know, now that everyone is here. Don't worry, this is a start, nothing happened. Let's start a new game of the Great Ace Attorney. Wow, look, a cutscene.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide. But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Well, bam! Bienvenue à la Carnival. Sorry for the French. Is it French? Don't worry, we're definitely seeing this for the first time. So let's see. There was a bam! Someone collapsed. And a young man is holding a pew-pew. Let's see how this goes. 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants Antechamber 5. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. Should I read after it's done with the or should I read as the text is going? Do you guys have a preference? How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke, naruhodo. Ryunosuke. My name is The Ryu is so hard to say. Or I could say my name is Ryu Nosuke Naruhodo is another way I can make it really Americanized, but my name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Naruhodo! I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. His name is I understand. Right? His name is Naruto. Also, now I'm also thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to remember giving people different voices. I'm not very good at that stuff. Or remembering even the voices I use because I'm not used to giving characters voices. Okay, so Ryonosuke would have my usual tone, but we'll have everyone else in a deeper tone? I don't know. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue. Tisk, technicalities. Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. I like how his bandana here, it's floating in the wind, but like where's the wind? There's no AC in this time of Japan. Right, Ryonosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Dot. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, I suppose that wasn't my fault. Dot. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Oh, Raikunza! Hello, welcome. Ha, there you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't do it! I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryonosuke. Kazuma Asugi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. He's far more clever than I, a star student in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyways. Yeah, so this is back in past, like, I guess the start of the judicial system. My qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud, as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his... Mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Yeah, okay, Ryonosuke. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean, to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better get going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Daffodils. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. I don't know who's speaking. I don't know what voice to give them. Asugi, may I have a word? Oh. Sorry. I gave him a Kermit voice. Professor, I didn't know you were coming.
Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asogi. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers.
To His Excellency's chambers? Why?
I was looking for you before. Your advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden...
I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it different.
It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result.
Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Ugh, this is awkward.
If I may,
Yes, sorry?
you must be the defendant.
Ryosuke Naruhodo, I believe? Yes, that's right!
My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University.
Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma's studying abroad.
Asoge has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know.
Know what?
Well, as you no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that that permission will be revoked and never granted again.
What?
As I suspected, you are unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you.
He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing?
The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances.
I don't believe it. But I didn't do it! I swear! I'm not a murderer!
I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial.
The music got so intense. Sorry? What do you mean?
You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway.
But then what should I do?
Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction.
Right. So?
As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do.
I do? But what will the question be? Surely not... Do you accept the accusations brought before you?
Of course not.
Defendant. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours.
Ow, Ava! What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Hello, welcome! Get moving, there's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. This reeks of a trap. I know, like, he didn't even tell me the question. I woke up late. No problem, Ava. Good morning. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. Unforgettable. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. So this is a courtroom. Look at my face. Look at my eyes. Oh my gosh, bro is so nervous. I mean, understandably so, but bro is like on edge. Where's the wind? The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. He's tweaking. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that is closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin.
The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
I don't know what voice to give him! There's too many different characters! Also, the prosecutor looks like Pain. Prosecutor Pain from like Ow, Rain! From the first few games. I don't know what voice I should give him. I feel bad. Ah! I'm just giving him like a very old granny voice. Oh shoot, what voice do I give him?
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency.
As is the defense.
Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate.
That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself.
Normally, procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. But this is an unusual circumstance. I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now.
I am so sorry, guys.
Who advocates for the defendant in this trial?
Oh! This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Wait and see. Answer I do. Answer I do! I feel pressured. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. Eh? As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear.
Yes!
My face! What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself.
Kill me.
What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. ... How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off. No, it's not that, really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... ... Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in.
Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. accused admit defeat already, announcing his own counsel. Really?
Objection!
Objection! Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what? I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetuated a most heinous crime indeed.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? We're playing this Ace... Yes, we are playing this Ace Attorney. What's the Ace Attorney guys in his younger days? Oh, you mean like the previous one? The one from the trilogy would be Phoenix Wright. But for this one, his name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. Oh, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Oh, here's the tutorial. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. Ugh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that! What was it again? Yonosuke? Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank? You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of E. If you ever find yourself forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press E for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. E. This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with E. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. See, now there's the option E. That wasn't there before. Now you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press R to present. Try it now. Okay, let's see. Kazuma Asogi, 23, a second year at the Imperial Yume University. He's my best friend and despite being a student, a qualified defense lawyer as well. Yujin Mikotoba, 42, a medical school professor at the Imperial Yume University. He's an authority in forensic medicine and Kazuma's mentor. Takesuchi Aochi, the lead prosecutor of this case, who would appear to have little love for the changes the Cultural Reformation have brought about. About. John H. Wilson, 47, the victim of this case. He was visiting a professor of medicine. Oh, he was a visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. So he is the victim. So we'll press R to present.
Yes!
Yes! The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Andy, oh! Hello, Fleece! Welcome, welcome! Thank you for the sub! Oh my gosh, 4 months! That times 3, it will be a year. Ooh, progress! Welcome, welcome! Indeed!
which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire. Hello, KJB. Welcome, welcome. Is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yumi University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor?
Ugh, but I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. The British... In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Yonosuke said, nuh-uh. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. British? Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. And that is your first mistake. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Say before the court the cause of death. The cause of death? Well, obviously that was, Yonosuke? Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death, and select present. Do it now. Well, I only have two things, and one is my collar pin that I'm a student, and the other is the post-mortem report. And they were roommates. I love how Yonosuke and Kazuma have to state, like, partner, friend. Let's present the post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Present. R.
Yes!
Yes. Well... According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Aren't you really, imbecile? That's the post-mortem report, I take it?
Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly certain scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Thank you, Counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls as first witness who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
Ugh. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking to me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asugi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. They really are roommates, for real. Roommates in quotation marks. Ooh, who'd this be?
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
Of course, my name is Satoru Hotsunaga. I am the head waiter at Western style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh god, he's bleeding! Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some Man, why all you sound like an Animal Crossing character? I ran out of voices! It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should.
As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern corner was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery, 3 days ago.
Understood, Hosonaga-san. You'll kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. Oh my god! Hello, Raiders. Welcome. Thank you, Rhea Sander. I hope you've been having a great birthday week, birthday weekend, post-birthday date. Hello, everybody. I am playing the Great Ace Attorney for the first time. I won the Elden Ring High Sora. Congratulations! Oh, Dog Waters Monthly. Oh, Dog Water? Dog Sweaters. Sorry, I can't read English. Dog Sweaters Monthly. Thank you for the follow. Congratulations on winning Elden Ring. Pachi. You did it earlier than I thought you would. How great. No, I'm not calling you guys Dog Water. I just misspoke. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, William Prime. Thank you for the follow. Hi, I'm Hoshi Sorano. I am the Magpie Angel of KONBINI. And we're playing some Ace Attorney, Great Rain. Playing some of the Great Ace Attorney, but I'm trying to give each character a voice. And Ava, it's been resulting in some not so great things. Psycho, hello, I'm totally here for the first time. Yes, it's totally my first time meeting you, Psycho. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Okay, this is hectic. I guess you guys are just getting to the heart of the case. We're at our first witness testimony, so let's see how this goes. Yeah. At once, sir.
And no petty interjection from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have a few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the palace. I totally didn't have a green sword next to my name for a few streams. Right. Totally. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away the crockery and cutlery. Gotta run, but have a good stream. I don't want spoilers. Oh, okay. Bye, Rius. Thank God you came at a good time where there aren't really like much going on. No spoilers. But you definitely should give this game a try. I mean, I haven't gotten very far yet, but you should give it a try. See ya, Rius, and thank you so much for the raid again. Have a good end of birthday time. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Hosonaga looks anemic. He's literally bleeding from his mouth. Jokes aside, I'm sorry, Shimimi. You've become a target of my jokes about being a new viewer by making the follow notification pop up every few weeks. It's okay! Tis fun. I was surprised. I was like, I swear, you've been following me before. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on, let me just clarify something here. Oh, William, thank you for the water break. I will need a lot of them, considering this game is full of narration. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
Objection! Oh, his voice is like that. Guys, he sounds like an Animal Crossing. Like, his objection is literally quite precisely the voice I gave him. I'm so glad that I assumed how he would sound.
I believe I asked you to refrain from such petty introductions.
Yeah, Twitch sometimes forgets that you follow people, so you can unfollow and follow. Jump scare.
The court wishes to listen to the witness report of what he saw, you amateur.
But
The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo.
don't worry, Ryonosuke. You will have your chance to fight back. Objection.
Objection!
Can you say the objection as the same way in the game? I can try. I'll try to say objection when the prosecutor says objection the same way. There was going to be a court part. Let's go to court! For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. I haven't played this one yet, but if it's this guy, it must be case 1. It is case 1. We're at the very, very start. This is our very beginning of the playthrough. Ugh.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with the gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Yes, without a question.
Who's that? And apart from that accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait. What did he just say? There was no one else around that table? You being corny, you better be dunking on your enemy and be balling. We'll try. Mickey Mouse standing up. Yeah, that's how he sounds in my head. What's the matter, Ryonosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been worried about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Okay, wait and see. You were already given a warning. We'll be given a chance to give a little rebuttal. So let's wait and see. We're not trying to get penalized here. I desperately wanted to say something, but I was told not to interject. We're gonna skip. If your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never have gotten into Yume University otherwise. Rebuttal. But you can't always just follow the rules in life, you know. Am I being told that that was the wrong option? They literally told me to shut up, so I shut up, and now they're like, you can't always just listen to when people Excuse me? If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Alright, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it.
Yes!
Yes! Just a moment, please. Rule 1 of Ace Attorney, there's a chance to rebuttal, you rebuttal. But they told me to shut up. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection! Objection!
Sorry, I missed the timing.
Damn me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw. Osanaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? ... No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you would like to.
Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume.
That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone.
Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter.
Lawyers have a cutthroat life. No time to feel sorry. Always interject. But there are rules in a courthouse. Thank you, sir. Bro, he's really bleeding. Forget the Englishman. Hosanaga's gonna die. He's like, it's a non-stop bleed, right? So that means eventually he's going to bleed out.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
Oh, well...
Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once.
Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Oh god. I'm very concerned for this individual. He is just at it. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Oh god, he's still coughing.
So, the court has now heard the court has now heard a process of the case.
I've never heard that word before.
Yes, at the moment of the gunshot was heard in the restaurant.
He's done for.
The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It will seem we're looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo,
Yes, Your Excellency.
if you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in those terms of your inevitable punishment. I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the court to the court. Explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn in advance if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who are present at the scene of the crime.
There are other witnesses? I thought they were like everyone. It was empty, right? I thought it was just this waiter, the victim, and the defendant. Who are the other sworn witnesses? This is what happens to us. His voice is getting higher and higher. Why does it just sound like an older? This is how I'm differentiating their voices, and it's working, right? Dot 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 dot. What do you think I should... Oops, wrong voice. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Dot, 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 dot. He's so pissed. He is like, are you kidding me right now? Like, we're in court and you're saying you're just gonna plead guilty? This is how I imagine Sora would be in the actual courtroom. Yeah, with the voices? Totally. Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. Dot dot dot. He's still so unamused. He's like, seriously, man? As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing to now throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just... I can't speak English. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you just going to give up on yourself? Ryunosuke is dumb. I think he's just scared. He's not a licensed lawyer, right? It's his first time defending himself. He's accused of murder. It's scary. Understandably so. The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Except the others would see Sora zoning out while the voices... Oh yeah, the voices are just playing on my head, right? I wouldn't be actually voicing it out loud. It would just be... The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. Good on you, Kazuma. We needed someone with a strong conviction like that to stand up for our boy. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed! I see why Kazuma is a star student. Like, he's very firm on his beliefs and convictions. That'll get you far in life.
Prosecutor Aochi, please continue with proceedings. Please, well, you are warned.
The voice is getting to me now. The more you guys comment on it, the voice is getting to me.
The Yankee is so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
This guy is too funny. God as my witness, Sora is actually asleep at the moment. This is just someone else. This is totally just, you know, there's an imposter. Has Ryunosuke even brought up the woman? He has brought up that there was a woman, but the waiter was like, no, you're wrong. Like, here is a diagram. There was actually no woman. But a diagram is just a picture from his memory. It's just him writing out what he remembers. There's not, like, decisive evidence, per se. Ugh.
In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witness at once. Oh, hello, Avery. Welcome, welcome. That is literally my face right now. That is also probably Ryunosuke's face. Hosonaga is a paid actor, I'm betting. Oh, interesting accusation here. Oh.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Guys, there's too many characters. How am I supposed to come up with so many voices? Ah! I'm gonna forget the voices too at this rate. Like, I'm not gonna be able to remember which character I gave what voice. Like, I'm not a voice actress. I don't have any skill sets for this. Why does it look stretched out? Why are you calling a man with a long torso stretched out? He just has a long torso. Oh, Snapples. I don't know what voice I should give. 100% went Ava. He wasn't actually there. He's being paid by the prosecution. Ooh, so we're all sus of Hosonaga. Mr. constantly bleeding, like, internally and not seeing a doctor about it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think. What voice do I give him? Maybe I have to go with, like, a completely different voice texture. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iesa Nosa reporting for duty, sir. Look at him shake. His earlobes are shaking. Oh gosh. I feel so bad for this old man. You're not a voice actress, but aren't you a magpie? I'm a magpie, but like that doesn't mean I can do voices. Don't strain yourself too much. Oh, don't worry. All in moderation. I'll be fine. If it gets worse, I'll probably just end up streaming less of a duration at a time. But I'm fine. I've been drinking a lot of water. Shoot. I don't know what voice to give him now. Or the Englishman ordered something in the menu, Hosonaga delivered it, and the lady arrived late, but just in time for Ryonosuke to be there. I see, we're coming up with our own theories now. Let's see how these characters affect the story. Or the testimony. What voice? Maybe I have to do like a deep Kermit? I don't know, I've been doing like a high-pitched Kermit and a normal voice Kermit. How would a low voice Kermit sound?
Myself, I've been employed as purveyor of man because of activity from the affluence of our nation Nippon.
He just sounds like a very muffled Kermit. Oh boy. Yeah, that deep voice sounded like it was about to call it. Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. It's like a light kind of grit. I'm not adding too much grit. Because I also don't want to hurt my voice.
In connected with the recipe, the hamburger prices in the food industry, New Korakutta at your service.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Why not the gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question?
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Oh, there were other diners.
Myself, I regularly take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always personal. And not infrequently, converse with interested parties regarding the curious with which I make my business.
I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with a rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller than a buyer.
Now, your bird witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident.
It ain't easy being green. Ryonosuke, no!
Am I correct?
Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over the... Did you guys hear that? In the middle of reading, I heard like a... like, really briefly, for a split second, I heard a... What the... Who unloaded his firearm, sir? This man's an impossible to understand as the other. As impossible to understand as the other. I'm confused. But I'm also almost sure I heard a strange noise during the last thing he's... No, so, yeah, no, it wasn't just me. Ryonosuke heard it too. No, psych, it's not the voices. Ryonosuke heard it too. So, this is the decisive evidence that the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. We don't hear anything, Sora. Are the void cats? No, stop! No, you don't know more gaslighting. Gaslight unsuccessful. No. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. The court will hear a formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by ready to report, sir.
And several memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
Sora's going crazy. I am not going crazy! Here we go! What the witnesses saw.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical decision with the old man. Sir, I was exploring the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back. Eh? Guys, I know this is the first case, but it can't be like that obvious, can it? He says, "And from the back, the cowardly little weasel." If we go to the court record, he was shot from the front. It literally says, and it shows in a photograph. Can I look at this? Look, he got shot from the front. It said that the bullet didn't go through, like it wasn't through and through, so the bullet is still in his chest. So there's no way there will be a mark on his back. So he was very obviously, oh, a magnifying glass. He was very obviously shot in the front like this. And now this guy is saying,
And from the back, the cowardly weasel.
black residue from the gun is in the front. Yeah, but the black residue is only in the front because the gun was shot from that direction. So as a result, the gunpowder also... He's a paid actor. It's like... Yeah, I know that it's the first case, but like, you're giving me literally like flat out contradiction, right? It's like quite literally like a duh. Like, do I have to hear the rest of this testimony now? Like, it's already obvious, like, that's wrong.
I was on my hand and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Okay, yeah, see, there's no more to the testimony anyways.
Well, the Sergeant Nosa actually witnessed the vital moment. We saw the split second when the defendant fired a weapon at the victim.
Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! I heard it again, guys. I heard a... Have to go now, thanks for the stream. Thank you for showing up, Rain! Till the next time! Have a good rest of your day! That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy! I heard a wah.
What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in a broad lane of day.
But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Oh, it's the old man doing that noise. He was doing the knife noise, no? I don't know. Is that really true, Ryonosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. Why would you pick it up? After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang! Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there is a clue to who that criminal was. Ow! Equinox, why? There is? You didn't hear the gunfire noise. Apparently not. Ryonosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now.
As I have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubting the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is extremely guilty.
Bro, he said it was shot in the back when the record shows that it was shot in the front. Come on.
It's time to bring this despicable story to justice.
Apparently, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt.
Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this. What in the name of Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
The slow raise of their hand, like the very subtle. Excuse me, teacher? I mean, the defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
Let me guess. The Hatsumaki Happen boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
The prosecution objects to the inquiry of him. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
Objection! The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it, capable of it is irrelevant. Most calm hand raise. Exactly. Kazuma is so commanding.
Very well. Let the defense conduct the cross-examination of the witnesses.
Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. I misclicked. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said had to be a lie. Oh yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is the evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then, it's all or nothing. What the witnesses saw. Okay. I'm not rereading it again. Okay, so we have a few options, right? We have T for history, where we can see the little backlog. We have Q to press, which is for more information, and E to present. I know that this is where's the statement about behind his back? Here. Varsity cadet fired on the English civilian from the back. So I know if I present the photograph, it'll probably work. But let's press to get more information just cause. Because sometimes they will reveal more information that puts them in a pickle.
Yes!
So this black uniform university cadet, you're saying that was... Arg! I've had just enough of your sauce, cadet! Who else do you see around here in a black uniform, Well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel! You unloaded a firearm on that man! From behind... That sound... Put him in a pickle. He put himself in a pickle! He said from behind his back again! And you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon? You disgust me! Ryunosuke's facial expression. It's like it's clicking for him too. What is it, Ryunosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered in the court record. And if you find an inconsistency there with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust into the witness's face and... Thrust it into the witness's face and make him choke on it. Okay, so we're going to disregard this because I don't think that's the statement of interest. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, Ryunosuke, we know there's a lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness is giving testimony by pressing E. Go through each witness statement and the details of each piece of evidence and compare all the facts. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. An inconsistency. When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other, present your evidence with R and rip the witness apart. Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be given a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart, and you will receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record, and find an inconsistency with the witness's statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness's statements over and over again, as many times as you like. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck, partner. Roommates. I don't feel bad for the accused. Refute the accusation. We're gonna rip the witnesses apart. Let's see. From the back. So we're going to present. We're gonna present the photograph that shows that he was shot from the front. Or yeah, because this one shows the front, even though this one says it's a gunshot to the chest. We'll present the photograph. It specifically says from the front.
Yes!
The hand raise. Dot 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 dot. 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 What are you playing at, cadet? What's the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. An inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There is a clear inconsistency here.
This was nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this puts me on anything, Excellency. But there is no place for an amateur study here in this great courtroom.
Arg, this is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there is a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. Sergeant Iyasa Nosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement that you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, that cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir!
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? There's a baby behind him! That was a baby! You brought a baby? What the? He brought a baby to the courtroom? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. There's a baby! Oh my god! Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were... Baby! Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iyasa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Ooh, burn. been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is. Roll credits. But I definitely saw him. Oh my god, the baby snot. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up the floor. The kya? That was Aochi's kya sound.
And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. I say, I have already been quite calm. The gun got influenced the beat up. I was quite busy on the floor.
You're busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Valuable treasure.
Treasure.
Indeed, before I had to come out, my praised coin. And each occasion when I visit the restaurant, it is my habit to place in my bottom pocket a particular trinket of interest from the shop recipe.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you.
On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I preferred my whole attorney. Knowing that your opinion was rarefied, I did not, but I was presented with one alternative. Indeed, after a vote my ass from the briefest moments, there was no more. Let's finish. Come on, finish. Nothing around the paper levels.
Going from the low Kermit to the high Kermit is making me lose my brain cells.
Nothing around the table. It was in case may have been found me, and then it happened.
You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed, it is. It is indeed for I was consumed or found by absconded for a twinkie. Nothing could stop me.
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? Dot.
No.
I see.
Lamentable day. This is where a cookie was lost to me. Now, some unscrupulous scoundrel figured out the police point for himself.
Ooh, he's accusing the sergeant of stealing his coin.
As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now.
What is your position, Prosecutor Aochi? The defendant may have fled a tire at the front gate, but you will find a wolf at the back. My witness has a funny testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing the next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there was only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. Equally despicable defendant, known as Kanarahodo.
The judge is turning into another. He is! I'm like unintentionally giving him a Kermit voice too. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh.
Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear? As clear as Kinnakoku, that's your excellency.
Yes, sir! At once, sir! Awaiting signal to testify, sir!
Oh, baby.
Excuse me? But there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative! The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Idol. Everyone will be Kermit by the end. Ah! Low-key. Low-key. It's because when I start speaking in Kermit, it's hard to like switch back and forth. So I continue with the Kermit on accident. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeants being too strapped to afford a nanny. Oh snap. Idol. Tension.
Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Oh, that's so cute! He's playing with the pinwheel! Oh. Okay, I'll be honest. What bothers me about this pinwheel is that he's actually blowing the opposite direction. Like, if the pinwheel was flipped, he'd be blowing into it, so it would be spinning. But in theory, it should be spinning to the left. It should be spinning counterclockwise instead, because of the way the prongs are are facing. Interrogate. No, yeah. We're gonna interrogate the little baby. He was probably not there even. The true culprit.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Maybe it's cut weird. It looked weird.
He was pointing his gun at the poor man. He was a young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, Lord, he was the Englishman, hiding all by himself.
Therefore, no other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out.
I think the old man's the culprit. Is it because he's old?
Yes!
Oh my god, I couldn't read it, bro. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of this outburst already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
Objection! If you guys have a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies.
The lady hasn't been brought up. Yeah, so she's been mentioned, but nobody believes him. Ugh.
It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. Proceeding on photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel?
The man at the table of which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As far as can be seen, there was only one place out.
Certainly, based on the appearance of this print. But he's insisting and not bring up the lady. Yeah, they're all insistent on that. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. Ark, this doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. So this is a new picture, and this time it's not of the victim, but it's about the table they were seated at. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. Other chair looks moved? Oh, we'll have to take a look. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. ... It will seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. Oh god, they all think I'm guilty. The witness's testimony we have heard leaves no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as you know. Ink is the first on the treaty with Great Britain. I think that like such an allergy, would have completed the writing. We're left attributed to the amity of these two great empires as an honor.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O! How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule! Stand tall, Ryonosuke. It's not over yet. This has to be, Kazuma talking, right? Yeah. What? If what you say is true, then there is something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood?
Yes, this can be so unbending at times.
Ugh. Ooh. Alrighty, we're going to have to find the contradiction here. So before we continue, let's press E. We're not actually going to present Or how do I just look at it without presenting? Options. Records. Oh. Because E was initially the key to look at the court record. And I want to look at it without presenting anything. No, it's not the same thing at all. For the start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a wrong voice. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of the uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so.
Consider this defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
Yeah, it's an undeniable fact that I did blink. And there you have it.
Have what? Tension? The sound of a firearm rang in my ears at the very next moment. I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think that's all. Don't you? Let's not forget that antiques dealer witnessed our use and exposed incriminating possession as well. And that's all, Konikuta-san.
... Ooh.
I myself didn't see.
Okay.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only person out.
A visual search. Okay, let's press this one because we want more information about the fact that they confirmed they were the only ones there.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
Objection! And I have been a pain to point out time and again. I feel I'm going to colors to my ears. No one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
Arg. If only there had been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, but of course, the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency. There was a man on this.
Oh, we're getting more facts. There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is this, Counsel?
It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
The clinic. Yes, that would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
When the victim went for a light lunch following his appointment, the explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Skip? Well, it's hard to see how it would be related, actually. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Did I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence? Yes! More evidence the better. I mean, there's no guarantee we'll use it all, but we should have everything in our arsenal.
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
Um...
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony, and additional evidence will be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Objection! Whether or not they're of concern is up to us to decide. We have the right to explore all possible avenues. You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
These youngsters these days are forever asserting of rights. The most disturbing trend.
Oh boy, you want to talk about rights? Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. Sora, I'm sorry, but what's up? Victim's medical report card has been entered into the court record. What we need to do now is new clues. We have to explore. Ow! Equinox, why? to explore every possible angle. Angle! We love angles, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. I said I was sorry. Oh, true. That is true.
Perhaps you've forgotten that these witnesses testimony is known for now. Feel free to reiterate for that. Here's critical to say.
Indeed, although he was the Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no other than the blanket from
Oh, right. I made him Kermit. Sorry. I didn't mean to make him Kermit. Okay, let's look at this. Is there a way to observe it without presenting it? Oh, there's a space for examine. So I can't examine this because there's no option. But we can examine this. Is there anything of interest? It's a steak. Individual appears to be right-handed. There's a glass. Alrighty. Yeah, he is. Ow! Goat Fox Zero, but why? Welcome. Is this of relevance? I mean... Maybe not quite? Magnifying glass. Is there a way to move this? No? Darn. Okay, we need more evidence, so we'll just keep pressing them until we get more evidence. It slipped! What slipped? The object you're throwing? If it's the Englishman's appointment in the clinic from noon to 1 and the report is at 2, body is still fresh. Yes, it is a recently deceased body from the time of the autopsy. Or not autopsy, but the post-mortem report. And the fact that the steak is not that eaten yet. It was like half eaten, yeah. We'll press it.
Yes!
Yes! Why aren't you telling the truth? Okay, well, I didn't expect you to ask that. What? What did you say, Cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might have not noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion is just not possible. Oh, none of them are looking at me. Nobody wants to look at my eyes. Unfortunately for you, defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely, in other words, you are the sole proprietor of this phantom lady.
They're denying it! But I...
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof.
Dot.
And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I can say to that. Dot. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that... Oh, now they're letting me look at it closely. You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press space and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use arrow keys. Ooh, I can rotato potato it! To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles! By using WASD, You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use arrow keys, WASD, and space to inspect any areas of the evidence that look suspicious. Okay, buddy, here we go! Let's read the medical report card. So, this is the WASD, so it's the name. So it says Mr. John Wilson, Hoda Clinic. True, required for every visit. Les rotado potato. Ooh. Record, date. We can press this so we can open it up, I guess. Alrighty. So let's look at the details as to what's in this card. Let's have a look. Some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there is a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like the information worth bearing in mind. The medical report card's information has been updated in the court record. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. He can't have eaten that steak. That is not his steak. Okay, same thing. Blah, 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 blah. Pointing his gun. Okay. Furthermore, yeah, only personnel present. Indeed, he himself dining all by himself. Let's go back one. Oh, is there no way to go backwards? Shoot. Okay, wait. Skip. Onwards. Sorry, I thought I can go back. I think it's the fourth statement I have to present the medical report. Situation changed. Yes, we got more evidence. Okay, yeah, he knows. Do you mean there is the discrepancy? Because they are claiming he was the only one dining alone, but there's no reason for him to be dining because he cannot consume any food for the next 3 hours after he had his procedure. And at that point of death, he had been past only an hour out of 3. Only sure way to win. Bet. Okay. So... Furthermore, only personnel. Dining all by himself. Present. Let's present this. He is prohibited from eating or drinking anything but water.
Yes!
Well, I think, I wish I could. But first and foremost, here, I'm the accused. You wanna skip? Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Deep breath. Horikuta-san, this is the medical report card belonging to the victim.
I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection! Dear me. Never forget about words so soon, you amateur.
Sorry? What?
You're an interpreter, and thereupon proceed with your amateur drivel.
But...
Let's see if I can explain in words you may understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may
Bruh. Grr. He said grr. But that's, Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further.
Ryunosuke and Kazuma should just get a room after this court in prison or not. It sounds like they have a room. They just need to be in it.
This medical reporter is not bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else beside this pale-faced pupil who could possibly have
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
Of course I believe it. How could I possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted.
What's this thing?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. Sorry, doing that voice made me think of like the Togepi sound. Except like Togepi also rolls their tongue, right? So it's like can I do it higher? I don't even know if I can. I just got like this impulsive like impulsive impulse to like try to do that sound like oh my god. Anyways, ding 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 ding. Korekuta-san.
What, boy? What?
As you had just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
Oh.
Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Oh my god, that was the impulse. Grr. Because the victim, as we now know, just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Expertly done, partner. Oh my god, these guys need a room.
Objection! What is this nonsense? You're a little hipster.
Dot, 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 dot.
These are baseless accusations. Just look at this pornographic evidence.
Objection!
Objection. Use your head. Ooh, snap. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? I think it's fair to say the tables in this restaurant's case have turned. Okay, buddy. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the picture beef steak? Medical report says otherwise. Exactly. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... Well, obviously it wasn't the victim. Also, obviously it wasn't me. Nor was it the two witnesses, because they were at a different table. It has to be the as of yet unknown third party, the lady who was dining with Mr. John. You might as well give Aochi the Togepi tongue roll. Me, it's not me! Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
I'm trying to get the tongue roll.
Yes!
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was someone else eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma.
Are you insane?
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have an issue with them! The two witnesses in the stand. Ooh.
What?
What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. The baby. Negative! Can't get over Kazuma's bandana. True, and a weapon in court. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. Tactical meeting? I was just following orders!
That's right, as the man says. The saying of a certain gentlewoman. That's what the import us.
It was rigged!
Oh.
What? I misclicked. What did you just say, Korekuta-san?
No.
You were just following orders?
Now hold on, man. I was
Say you never saw the gentlewoman? When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection! What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses, they're false statements? Is this true, your pair?
You pair. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Ayo, they're following someone's orders. Order. Counsel, explain what's going on here. Okay, Dora changing voices funny. I'm doing my best. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
No. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Yunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Aochi had any idea of it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there's only a handful of possibilities. It could have only been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. But we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it really did whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there is nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency. I have no idea about any of this. I swear to you, she told that. I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about all this, well, Your Excellency? No time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Beside the prosecution, the only person with necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... Oh boy! Here we go! Little table slap. Yeah, he like slaps the table and he gets scared of his own slap. He like looks back down and is like, oh, was that okay? Was that... Let's see. So it's not Ryonosuke. That part is kind of obvious. Yujin Mikotoba. He's an authority in forensic medicine. Oh snap! We only have one answer, no? Oh, Fleece, thank you for the water break and posture check. How did you know I was feeling a bit parched? Okay. So, okay, let's go over who it's not, right? Let's go with the elimination method. So it's not Aochi, because he had no idea. Wilson is the victim. Satoru Hosonaga is literally a waiter. Like, what is he gonna do? Oh, no worries! Don't apologize, please! Have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm late, so I don't know anything about Yujin. Yujin is one of the professors. And Hosonaga is a waiter. And it's not these two, because they're the ones being bribed. So that leaves literally just Yujin Mikotoba, because Yujin is also like a professor. So he would have the most influence out of everybody. Plus, like, yeah, the ladies from overseas could be the Englishman. No, but the Englishman is dead. So, let's see. We're gonna present Yujin Mikotoba.
Yes!
There. What do you make of that? He set up his own death so he ruined the That's crazy. I think, counsel, you may want to close your ears as well as your eyes. What? Otherwise, the sigh of disappointment in the courtroom may very well deafen you. Eh? Uh-huh.
If you feel you might close your eyes in a crisis, might I suggest you keep your mouth shut next time too? Otherwise, I may have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to kill you. Permanently.
Oh, snap. We lost a life. Seriously? I thought that was it. I mean, okay, I wasn't like 100% convinced it was it, but I thought that was the most likely subject. I don't know what about the prosecutor, but he really makes me wince in pain sometimes. I don't have a great deal of influence myself, but believe me, I can find other ways to make you keep your mouth shut as well. Kazuma! Alright, don't get angry. I'll think again. There must be a clue somewhere in all that evidence in the court record. Okay, they're basically forcing me to go through the court record. I did not throw! Okay, let's examine. Nothing else. This is my pin. What can I say about this? My personal student number. Personal student number. You may not come in. That's funny. Get a new pin made if you just tell them your number. I've actually lost mine twice already, but I still don't know my student number by heart. I always say to myself, I mustn't forget to write it down somewhere. But then I forget not to forget that. Alright, pointless information. Post-mortem report. Oh, we can't examine this in that same manner. Or this. Business card? Ooh, now we can. Englishman has some influence. But he's dead. Let's see. Wait! Hosonaga's business card. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police. Plot twist! He's not really just a waiter! Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see? It says the witness's name here, Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it. The Battle Dog! Are you serious? Oh, I never thought about that redeem here, but you know, that makes sense. That makes sense! I genuinely cannot read any of this text. Where's my Z key? Okay. I see blue text. Okay, I'll let the text run out so you guys can at least read it for yourself, but I cannot read it. Huh. This is an evil redeem, Battle Duck. I don't even know if I can recognize the pictures. Oh, I can. Don't worry, guys. I don't know if we had to present it, but we know that this guy is the most sus, because something about Chief of Police Division. So, we press E? Q? F? How do I present? Oh god, how do I present it? Oh, R.
Yes!
Ah! Thank you for, I don't know what you did. I'm sorry, I can't read the chat. Wait, when I can't read it, can I like still put on my glasses so I can thank the appropriate person, because I feel bad. And I don't want to like thank them later. So I'm gonna, for 1 second, put on my glasses just to read the notification. Oh, Francisco von Karma, thank you for the... Oh my god! I'm getting followed by Francisco von Karma? I'm so honored! Hello! Oh my gosh, okay, so for some context, Francisco von Karma... you guys don't know this, but Francisco von Karma is actually my favorite character from the Ace Attorney series. Like, I think she's the coolest. And a lot of the people that knew me would be like, I really like her because she has a whip. No. She's just very, very cool. Very, very smart. And she does what she believes in. Very strong woman. So I'm like, I love Francisco von Karma. Welcome, Francisco von Karma. Ah! Okay, for context, someone redeemed my no glasses mode, so I don't have glasses, so I can't read the chat and I can't read my screen. However, I just had to see who followed, so thank you so much for the follow. I am honored to see you here. Ah! Okay, let's see. We pointed out Hosonaga-san. I can hear the sounds and see like the movement, so I can tell Judge is like, shooketh.
Objection!
Something. He is clearly saying, you're stupid. Why would you say the waiter? And he is still saying, why would you say that? It's the waiter. Uh-huh. Not in agreement, as if I know what the heck he's talking about. Table slam. Okay. What's happened? Oh no, it's making me choose another decision. Okay. I don't know what it's asking of me, but he's probably like, hey, why would you say it's Hosonaga-san? It's obviously not him, he's a waiter. So I should show, I believe, the business card, which is this one. Yeah, this is the business card. So let's present. Oops, wrong key. Present. How do I present it? F, E. How do I? R.
Yes!
Okay, there we go. So now they're gonna be like, why would we have to see this diagram of the floor plan? Except that's not what's relevant here. I have no idea what's happening. All I know is that the music is very intense. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I'm missing so much of the plot, aren't I? Someone is going to have to summarize it for me later. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. What's happening? Oh? He is now on the stand. Okay, let me check the time. Oh, okay, I got my glasses back. We'll have to whip that home unless you're... Please. Oh yeah, I can put my glasses. Thank you. Finally, table slam from Ryunosuke. Boss fight. Boss fight! Take this and add it to the record. Oh, this is him when he gave up his business card. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say, you really are a detective?
Dot 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 dot. But why would a detective be working at a restaurant as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course! Your salary must be terrible! I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. Ryunosuke's really dumb. He's doing his best, Ava! However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. Dot, 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 dot. That is indeed true. Clearly, you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. Dot 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 dot. Bang! As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. Conspiracy! Dot, 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 dot. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Eh? Really? We're really just discounting her to be not a victim, but to be a perpetrator just because? Hmm? The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as a primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. Hiya! So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But that's messed up! Hasn't she been called? Because they want to act like she just never was there. Period. Oh my god. But it's not right. It's not right indeed! Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. Kazuma narrowed it down! What? Oh, they're sweating! You are shrewd, man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. And the court demands you lay the lady at once. In question at once, Inspector. Ooh, spaghetti! The Englishwoman sitting at the university's professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student, studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty. What is happening here? Oh my god! He looks so fancy. He's a waiter. Police waiter. I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. Crime scene tampering! It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Dot 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 dot. Bonk. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Is the waiter waiting for a crime? He's waiting for the crime! Thus far, the case presented to the courts has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. Ding. However, as we now discovered that this premise is false, it would be desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection! But, Your Excellency, you would be missing an line of ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be fair and displeased with such actions.
Calm yourself, Council. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Thank you, Judge. That's a right and justice judge. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir? I will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. Oh, he reminds me of Francisco von Karma. So it won't be a problem? Nothing will get in my way. He's literally bleeding from the mouth, but his pose, he's like, I am a man of justice. Nothing will get in my way. I will perform this inspection flawlessly. What a funny individual. Kaboom. Court will adjourn bravely. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Tuberculosis will get his way now, not his TB. Yes. Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before convening. Woohoo! Okay, let's save. Just because it's giving me the prompt to, we might as well. We save here. Nice. Okay, we're at part 2. And I will say, this sounds like a good ending point just before part 2 begins. So we can continue with part 2 next week. Wow! Okay! That's the start. There has been some twists and turns in the story so far, but nothing we couldn't handle. You know? But it looks like we won't get to the ending of this particular case quite yet. We'll have the next half to go through. I was so eating it. Yeah, I was like eating my tongue, like. That was fun though. I am very intrigued. I'm so curious what this English woman will bring to the table. No, that's not what it is, Ava! But as usual, thank you guys for watching. I very much appreciate each and every one of you angles. And we will see if we can solve this case for next week. Sora's mean. No, I'm not mean. I am not like that. Not like this. Alrighty. So let's see. Ooh. There's a good number of people to raid this time. Thank you for the stream. No, you guys are the reason I'm able to stream. So thank you guys. Cliffhangers? No, I'm not. This isn't a cliffhanger. No way. Okay, we're going to raid into our very beloved spy, Darcy Ruse. So here is our raid message. And we're going to do this. Oh, Keyblade! Ah! Thank you so much for the Prime sub! Ah, I am honored that you decided to use it for me. Wow! Welcome, welcome! Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go raid Darcy. From a lawyer to a spy. Exactly. From objection to our Darcy, aka maybe Hosonaga-san? Herself? So, ow! Battle duck! I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. We're gonna go raid Darcy. Give her my greetings. Ah!